In Angren's swamps, one can easily lose one's way. Thick fog fills the air, paths end without warning, dense thickets obscure the distance. The sole way to determine one's position is to climb a tree and peer out over the canopy. This duty fell to Meve's scouts, while the force halted below. During one such delay, Meve caught the words she'd longed to hear.
Majesty! Tuzla Castle! Its tower! I see it!
To her soldiers' astonishment, Meve cast off her gauntlets and started up the nearest trunk. She longed to see the castle for herself, for then she would know sweet vengeance was at hand. The climb proved tricky, as the trunk was slippery and the branches, run through with rot, were frail. Yet Meve showed herself to be skillful and spry. As a child, she had loved to scale trees, much to her governess' dismay. Meve looked out to see a mighty stone tower outlined against the horizon. Legend holds Tuzla Castle was to have had 3 such bastions. Yet King Ragbard, the fort's benefactor, had forsaken the effort when yet another stone transport simply sank into Angren's boggy roads. It was a moment of respite for Meve, a moment of quiet joy. She breathed and tasted air free of the bog stench. She took in silence undisturbed by the hum of mosquito swarms. And she relished her prospects. The coming battle against Caldwell. The soldiers stood exhausted and filthy, many with raspy coughs, all sick of the meager gruel. But with the command to advance, a new strength sparked within them. Their step was lively, a fire burned in their eyes, each hoping to spill Caldwell's entrails, then dash them upon the fort walls. Yet as they drew near the stronghold, perched atop a stone isle, their verve dwindled, enthusiasm waned. They had taken fortresses with thicker walls, taller towers, and manned by more men. Yet they'd never seen nor laid siege to a fort standing on land so ill-suited. To rush the bulwarks through waist-deep mud, was this even possible?
Prove I was no fool to keep you at my side,
said Meve, turning to Gascon and Reynard.
A slaughter I must avoid. How will I do it?
Your Grace,
began Reynard.
set our machines to sling boulders at the west wall, its weakest. 'Tis our best chance at a breach.
Our men will need cover,
added Gascon.
Reeds we must harvest and burn. Smoke will cloak us, conceal us from the castle's defenders.
Good,
agreed the Queen.
Now get to work.
Amidst billowing blue smoke, Lyrian footmen rushed through the breach wrought by Reynard's catapults. Though she had yet to forgive her companions, Meve had to admit they'd given her sound advice.
The Siege of Tuzla. Caldwell was nowhere to be seen, which hadn't surprised me even the least. The Count never fought on the front. Instead, he preferred to stay back to galvanize the men by shouting encouragement and brandishing his sword, a blade that rarely tasted blood. Shortened battle. Hide cards. I remember when I thought it was impossible to look at the battleground before choosing my cards. How young and innocent I was then. Death Wish. Destroy all palisades, boost all enemies in hand on deck. Turn. Boost random ally by 2 and get 2 armor. Count Caldwell. Seize a random bronze enemy unit. Cooldown 5. Catapult parts. No ability. Okay. Okay, 1 pikeman. I'm guessing this is immobile. Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to use my pit tricks so much. This is still fine. I'll accept this. Hope for a bomber. Do I need Lyrian Merlot? Let me think. still win the standard way. You don't get buffed very often though. Although Gascon will. Oh, Gascon smokescreen. Reynard Siege. Oh, okay. I'm glad I read these. It would be nice if they had some sort of symbols or something to indicate when cards are different from their normal version. Transform catapult parts into a catapult. Destroy a palisade. Apply thick fog on allied row, which gives all units on it immune. I wish. We don't want that. Or that. Or a bomber. Where's my bomber?
Caldwell, I've come for your head.
I knew you'd come. Your lofty pride presages another dramatic fall.
Pays late. Again.
Let's do this.
There's not to reason why.
That way I get the pikemen out of the deck, so that when I play my Royal Decree, I'll be more likely to get a bomber. There we go.
Watch your heads. Catch.
Okay. Oh my god, up to my deck. Slingers. Why are those in my deck? Do I get their normal versions too? This is weird. I don't understand.
You must sweat like a swine
boy.
in that jacket.
Nothing personal, I assure you. Their archers shouldn't be any more trouble.
Life is mine now.
Let's.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Okay. Getting close.
Dive it the white of an eye from half a league away.
This turn I should be able to blow it up. There we go.
Wise choice.
I don't really see that Reynard has much benefit anymore.
Discipline shall bring us victory! We must exploit the breach in their fortifications, Your Grace.
These guys damage a random enemy by 2, not just the nearest enemies. Their loyal ability is kind of better, kind of worse than the Lyrian Arbalesters. Okay, this guy's gonna ambush me if I do anything. Destroy a palisade. Nothing to destroy. Actually, I'll just, do I have any dead guys? No. I'll take back. Oh, I can't target my own guys. Okay. Oh well. Fine, fine.
For
Figure your
Vivia!
ambush. Destroy the next unit played towards hand.
Reynard Bien!
Ice cars? No, they don't hurt.
I think it'd be best to do this, so I don't lose all my charges. One use of Count Caldwell's ability. Oh, I'm done. What? Oh, it's obscured behind the post. I thought you didn't get it. Oh, I don't have to use all 3 of their charges. Ah! Silly. Oh no, I just didn't have any of their options. Okay. Pass. Well, let's see how things went.
God save the Queen!
Nilfgaard! To the last! Yeah!
John.
No one touch him! The Count is mine!
Many of Meve's victories have been immortalized in poetry and song, but not the fall of Tuzla. Lyrians fought Lyrians. Brothers killed brothers, in rain and mud, midst a cursed swamp. Certainly nothing to inspire a bard. Near the battle's end, Meve stormed the great stone tower to which Caldwell had fled. The Queen ascended the stairs, dealing blow after blow, blood cascading down in her wake. She reached the top floor to find the Count waiting, with no intention to defend himself.
If it's mercy you expect, you'll be sorely disappointed.
Mercy? I know you all too well for that, Meve. Ever vindictive and cruel.
All this from a paragon of knightly virtues. You stabbed me in the back, Caldwell, and used Willem to do so. My son!
Who agreed without a moment's hesitation? Forsaken by your own son. Your flesh and blood. What's that say about you?
Oh, you tread on thin ice. Choose your next words carefully.
Spare me your threats. You'll kill me all the same.
Death can come in many ways, Count. Some quick, some slow.
My, how you strut and vaunt. Terribly sure of yourself. Perhaps too sure.
Your castle is mine. I've crushed your force. I dare say no, I'm not.
Precisely my point. Don't you see? The Empire's not one army, it's dozens, hundreds. It's what I strove to knock into that thick dome of yours. Alas, you're too much a dullard. Soon as I'd learned you'd crossed into Angren, I sent for reinforcements. They'll be here soon. 3 regiments, armed to the teeth.
They'll find your corpse impaled upon a spike, while I'll be long gone.
By which path, I wonder? But one bridge leads to Tuzla. As it happens, I ordered it raised as you laid siege. The swamps around the castle are too deep to cross. Try to rebuild the bridge, the Imperial troops will arrive before you can finish. Your men they'll slay as you watch, and then they'll wring your neck.
I wouldn't be so pleased were I you. You won't live to see this outcome.
I know that, but I take heart in the truth. Though the castle you've seized and will likely kill me, I've won. Outsmarted you, Meve. Twice now. And you know what? 'Twasn't even that hard.
With those words, with his arrogance and contempt, Caldwell had gone too far. The Queen gripped his shoulders, pushed. Caldwell stumbled backwards, then tripped out the window. A blood-chilling shriek filled the courtyard, then broke off abruptly.
Now fool me thrice. Try.
Meve slapped the dust from her hands. The traitor had met a deserving end at last. Yet this was no time to revel in the Count's demise. If Caldwell had spoken the truth, the Queen and her army were in grave danger. Meve's scouts quickly confirmed the traitor's claim. The bridge was indeed in flames, and Nilfgaardian regiments were advancing from the south. Now to confirm if there was truly no other route by which they could flee, the Queen ordered her men to ask the local peasants. One of their number, a stable hand who'd lived near Tuzla all his life, claimed a secret path led out the back of the stronghold.
King Ragbard himself ordered it built. Had him drop great stones into its swamp, one after another, like beads on a string. Bitter water covers them, so you can't see nowt at start. Can make 'em out if you go proper slow, though.
What is it?
The stones, they lead to Ysgith. And there, my lady, lurks an evil worse nor any black-clad army.
What? A beast of some sort?
Some say beast, others god. Gurnikora, they call her. And you'll yet see, my lady. Ysgith shines red with her blood.
A silly tale to frighten children, Meve thought at first. Then paused. For something about the man's voice made his every word believable.
None too encouraging, yet preferable to certain death. Tell me, from Ysgith, will we reach the banks of the Yaruga, near Red Lobenden perchance?
Aye, your majesty. You need but head north. And pray all along the way.
Soon, Meve stood where the stable hand had said she should, at the edge of a vast marsh. Carefully, she dipped a foot into the broth and probed for solid ground. Sure enough, she found stone. One cautious step, then another. Meve slowly strode off towards Ysgith.
Oh, I got reinforcements. Can't remember what that does. Achievement unlocked. Kill Count Caldwell. I did it. I killed him. Wait. Holiday reports. Yeah. Well, I'll read those in a second. Count Caldwell speaks truth. Scouts report powerful Nilfgaardian army marching from south. Foragers riding ahead, requisitioning enough food for 6-7 regiments, plus cavalry and war machines. We stand no chance against such strength. Immediate retreat advised. To Palatine Caldwell, from Duke Ardell Aep Dahy, Grand Chancellor, Commander of Army Group East. I've denied your request to return to Lyria. Admittedly, your argument that as a young ruler, King Vellum needs the support of an experienced statesman is entirely grounded. I assure you, however, that if the need arises, I personally shall advise the king. At the present moment, your talents are more useful in Angren. As you know, the Emperor placed great import on the timely delivery of building materials to our shipyards. I thus advise you to make meeting his expectations your priority. No delays, no matter the reason, will be tolerated. Nope, I don't have enough wood. Well, I'm gonna buy wood then, because I can do that. I think this is right. Oh, that's all I need. Some wood.
With the path to Ysgith hidden from view, Meve proceeded like one blind, moving solely by touch. With each step, she could not know if she would find rock or plunge beneath the black water's surface. The Queen's soldiers followed single file, carefully mirroring her every move. The Lyrians, near the end of their strength, got lucky when a light breeze dispersed the fog to reveal dry land. The Queen let out a sigh of relief.
At last.
Meve kicked off her boots to empty them of water and mud, then promptly screamed.
Ah!
Her legs were in leeches, slimy, bloated leeches. Ignoring the pain and trickling blood, she frantically tore them from her legs, wishing to be rid of them. Having plucked the last parasite from her calf, Meve grabbed her boot to crush the bloodsucker beneath her heel. Yet it had already slithered off. She spotted it on the trunk of a birch where, like a very fast snail, it was climbing.
What the devils?
But Meve's words caught in her throat. Leeches and ticks in the dozens dangled from the tree's branches. Some were so gorged on blood that their skin was translucent and on the point of bursting. Meve had some difficulty muting the urge to retch.
The fruit of Ysgith,
she muttered, now savvy to the peasants' warnings, understanding why they never ventured into these marshes.
Is it a dead end? No. Let's look at this first. I gotta sneeze. Okay, got it. Lights in the fog. The fog above the swamps. Dark waters began to thicken, enveloping the entire retinue in a milky haze, obscuring their path. Fearing disastrous missteps, Meve ordered a halt to the march, yet would not allow a moment of respite to any. She commanded infantry to circle the camp, standing shield to shield. The arbalists kept a watchful eye, sweaty hands tightly gripping at their weapons. Then, amidst the fog, they saw as eerie lights began to flash, all around them. Standard battle. Go away, Knickers. It's fine. Does he have zeal? He does not.
Oh, Lyrian lummoxes. Basically guaranteed to get the bombers. The royal decree. Well, I think I want to use them in a round in which I already have such a huge advantage. So, use anything? Sure. A random unit. I don't understand why. I thought I had 4 field. No, I don't. Okay. Let's just take. I don't want the enemy cards. Yeah. After this turn. Well, things are kind of even out about a bit now, but I think I'm still gonna pass. Got rid of him because he's my only list unit left in the deck. Their bombers are, so when I play Royal Decree, I'm gonna get them anyway. Alright, let's show you what Lyrians are made of.
You mad? Don't shake that! This could hurt!
So I'm gonna have to go 2 more rounds. What I got left in my deck? I should have more. Yeah, more pit traps. Do damage the highest unit. Actually, it'd be so bad if this big armor died. It would give my medic a chance to bring them back onto the battlefield.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
I think this is one of those situations where the computer's not very good at
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
determining its chance of success. Because I think it really only looks at combat strength when doing so. It doesn't see that the field is skewed against it with the pit traps and fires on.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Her Majesty is exceptional.
Yes, yes. Right. Keep going. Let's just put an end to this silliness, shall we? Actually, let's put another cards. Shoot. Can't afford to pass. We'll play Reynard now.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Does she? I don't know what I'm doing at this time. All right. This is fine.
What do you want of me?
Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
Thing about slings, they hide well. Hey?
Little flickers.
My pain serves a purpose.
Kill my units.
Quick and painful this'll be.
This. What do I get? Play 5 or more characters in one battle. What? Where is it?
Milady, in the cottage, we found a wooden figure carved to your likeness. There's noose round its neck and a knife in its back. It's deeply troubled the men. They say you've been cursed. Death's shadow looms over you. Got gold to spare. Increase their pay. I find that typically helps morale.